full metal crown preparation for the lower first molar. First of all, we start with occlusal reduction. We use the tapered round end fissure bare. We do 3 depth orientation grooves, 1.5 mm in depth for functional cusps, which is the buccal cusps in lower molars and palatal cusps in upper molars. 3 depth orientation grooves. Here the 3 depth orientation grooves for the functional cusp bevel. The bare is 45 degrees with the long axis of the tooth. Here we do 3 depth orientation grooves, 1 mm in depth for the lingual non-functional cusps on the triangular ridge of the cusps and in the developmental groove. Here's the depth orientation grooves on the occlusal surface. Start the reduction of the occlusal surface by removing the tooth structure remaining between the orientation grooves. It should be done in an inclined plane pattern, which is also called a planar reduction, to preserve the general occlusal morphology of the tooth. We should do adequate occlusal reduction without over reducing the tooth. The bare should be inclined with the slopes of the cusp. The bare is tapered with round ends. This is the functional cusp beveling. Do reduction. The bare is 45 degrees with the long axis of the tooth. The functional cusp is the buccal cusps below molars. This is the final occlusal reduction. Now we start with the buccal preparation. 3 depth orientation grooves with tapered fissure bare, round end, 0.5 mm supragingival to create chamfer finishing line. This is the 3 depth orientation grooves, 1 mm in depth. Now we start reduction by removing the remaining tooth structure between the depth orientation grooves. The bare should follow the inclination of the buccal surface of the tooth and follow the gingival line. This will create the chamfer finishing line. The finishing line is supragingival because aesthetic is not important here. This is the final shape. Proximal preparation is done using the short tapered fissure bare, short thin tapered fissure bare placed against the facial surface of the remaining interproximal tooth structure. It is held upright and moved up and down, directing it lingually with a light pressure. It may be necessary to use the tip in especially tight areas. or to lay the burr horizontally along the marginal ridge. This is the preparation for the distal surface of the tooth. The burr should be slightly inclined occlusally to create tapered reduction 6 degrees. The taper of the preparation is 6 degrees. Now we start the lingual preparation using the tapered round end fissure burr, 3 depth orientation grooves, 1 mm in depth, 0.5 mm supragingival. This is the 3 depth orientation grooves lingually. Now we start the reduction. Remove the remaining tooth structure between the depth orientation grooves. The burr is supragingival, 0.5 mm. This is the lingual surface reduction. Now we start finishing the preparation to get smooth preparation surface, smooth continuous finishing line all around the preparation without any sharp angles. The chamfer finishing line should be smooth, continuous all around the preparation. All line angles should be rounded. This is the unfinished preparation. This is the finished preparation. The criteria used in this preparation is 1 mm clearance for the non-functional cusp, 1.5 mm for the functional cusp, chamfer finishing line 0.5 mm. The taper of the cavity occlusally should be 6 degrees. Also clearance 1 to 1.5 mm.